Wondering if the Elvie Pump is the best wearable breast pump for you? Then stick around. In this video, I'm going to walk you through what I think are the pros and cons of this Elvie Original breast pump. Now, let's get started and talk about some of the pros. Now, if you have been looking for the quietest wearable breast pump, no doubt you have come across the Elvie Pump. It is in fact currently the quietest wearable breast pump on the market, and what makes it so quiet is its unique piezo pump motor. So this is different to what you'll see in other wearable breast pumps on the market, and it oscillates at 21,000 times per second, which is beyond human hearing, which makes this the reason why this pump is so quiet. Now, in terms of how quiet, so it's 28 decibels, which in comparison to most wearable breast pumps, they are around the 50. So it's a little over half the noise level of other wearable breast pumps on the market. That said, under 50 dB is still relatively quiet. You won't hear that in a room with a bit of background noise, but the Elvie is whisper quiet. So with a bit of background noise, there is no chance of hearing this pump. What else I love about it is app integrated. So you have the ability to change between your suction modes, increase or decrease your suction levels. It's got a timer in the app, and obviously you can pause and start your pumping session. It also has the ability to track your output as well. So it is app integrated. I'll go into the app in a little bit more detail in a minute, but on a positive, it does have the app. It also has your pump to bottle, which I do really like this, especially if you are a working mum. It's really great for being able to pump and then put this direct into storage. It comes with a little lid, so again, really easy just to pump and then refrigerate. So I do like that as a plus. It also comes with a standard 24mm and a 28mm flange. So again, another pro that I guess you got the larger size, which can be harder to get with a wearable breast pump. All right, and then as a pro, it's got a decent battery life on it. It's 150 minutes runtime off a single charge. Single charge takes around the 2-hour mark. So 150 minutes, it's not the best on the market, but it's certainly not the worst. Okay, so that's about the pros, I think. Let's talk about what I think could be done better. Now, we talked about the piezo pump motor and how it was fantastic for having a quiet pump. The downside to that is that the Elvie only has a suction strength of up to 220 milligrams of mercury. Most wearable pumps on the market today are around the 300 millimeters of mercury. So if you're somebody that needs a strong suction, this won't be the pump for you. This is more for those that respond better to a gentle suction. In terms of modes, it only has the two. It has a stimulation and your expression. So the stimulation is your short suctions for initiating your letdown, and your expression mode is for the longer suctions which draw out your breast milk. Now, when you put your pump on, it will automatically run through your stimulation mode and then automatically switch to your expression. This generally isn't the best rhythm for pumping mums. Having a mixed mode or the ability to set your own in the app would be ideal. You can change between your stimulation and your expression mode in the app, but it is only done manually, which for a pump in this price range with the app integration, you really would expect to have more control over your settings. For example, with the Mumcozy M9, you can change your pumping rhythms, you can set your timer, you can adjust your levels significantly. It also has 2 built-in modes, professional modes already for you that you can just hit play on. So to only have the ability to switch between 2 modes, press play and pause, or increase or decrease your suction, it doesn't really cut it for me. The other thing I think is a downside, it's only got 7 suction levels. Now, 7's fine. It gives you enough flexibility to find a suction level that's suitable, but it is on the lower end of a wearable breast pump. And I think when you're paying the price that you're paying for an Elvie, I just expect a little bit more for the premium price tag. In terms of flange, so again, it's a hard silicone flange. It comes with a 24 millimeter. As a nice touch, you get the 28 millimeter. There are no inserts if you're a smaller size. Having the 28 though is quite good for those with larger nipple sizes. Normally you're only getting 24 and flange inserts for the smaller sizes. So having the larger flange is a positive that it comes standard. But you don't have the flange inserts included for those with the smaller nipple sizes, so it will be an additional cost to go get those. And if you don't have your nipple size sorted straight away, it might just mean that your pumping will take a bit longer to get started while you're waiting for those flange sizes to come. All right, the other thing is it's just a standard flange. I'm not a huge fan of the hard plastic. It's okay, it's great for durability and cleaning, but I don't find it very comfortable personally, and I find that it can be harder to get a seal around it, but that's my personal preference. Overall, I think this is a pump that you would buy if you need, and I say need, something that is whisper quiet, almost silent. I will turn it on to show you. Now you can see here, it's also got the most basic control panel. There is no LED. There is no timer on this. You can't even see what suction level you are on, or if you're in stimulation mode or expression mode. You need to have this in conjunction with the app to give you that information, which again is another downside. Do you want to be sitting there monitoring an app continually, or sometimes it's nice to be able to just have a quick glance down and see where you're at? But in terms of noise, and I will turn this right up, it is really whisper quiet. You can't hear this while I'm talking. This is the reason why you would buy the Elvie. And really, I say it was only if you need something that is whisper quiet. If you can have a breast pump that's slightly louder, that is still incredibly quiet, I would potentially opt for that. Something like the Eufy, something like the Mumcozy. I think that they give you better value for money. Other than that, I think you would need to consider whether this is the right pump for you. Gentle suction, pump to bottle, whisper quiet. If they tick your box, great. If they don't, then check out my videos. I have a ton of other options, and hopefully this video helps.